What's up, everyone? It's Sweaty Zeus coming back at you again. Well, we got a new update for Elden Ring. It looks like the first major one that's going to touch a lot of the sorceries. So it should be pretty cool. Definitely excited about it. Um, Looks like a lot of the sorceries that were a little underpowered got a buff. I didn't see a ton. It looked like they got nerfed. But very interesting. And looks like a lot of the ones that didn't have enough hyper armor, I think are going to cast a little faster and have a little bit more power armor or hyper armor. So it should be pretty cool. It'll make playing as a mage fun, and I'll probably do another playthrough as a mage as well, or at least maybe reclass this character. I did want to say on the topic too, that's why I think it's always a good idea to try to get all the items you can. I mean, if you just want to get through fast, you can, just look for items that, only fit your build, but trying out different builds is kind of what's fun. So if you collect everything you can, then, you can try different builds when you get bored with what you're doing. So here's the Slender Sword I was talking about. Since the beginning of the game, really. I was wanting to get it early on as like a weapon to try out. I don't know that right now I'm as interested because there's like at this point in the game there's kind of a lot of cool stuff, and you don't know which way to go. But it does look kind of puny, but it's supposed to be really good. It's got a stabbing R2, a thrust, which is always great. Fast moveset. It's got a good two-handed moveset with the vertical swings, which I really like. So it allows you to attack in a hallway without hitting walls. And the two-handed R2s are swipes. But, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I'll probably try it out at some point. I'm going to go back to this. +9 is just insane. Actually, I was thinking, and I think I'm going to stick with this for now. Just because, to those doing the playthrough that didn't follow that part where we got all the other, somber stones. And this is supposed to be a playthrough to, like, help out those that might be struggling. It's kind of the main thing I'm doing. So, I don't want to get too overpowered. Once we get into the next area, you'll be where you could just find that stuff naturally. So, I'm just going to use this axe for, a little while longer. And I'll probably level it up, and use it more, but especially till, I get up to the plateau, past Radon and Renalla. Radon's one of the things a lot of people, I don't know that they really struggle anymore, but it used to be a big roadblock for a lot of people. So we can take that off now. There we go. So we're still up here on the rooftops trying to grab everything. Or at least, show you where it all is, and then you can grab what you want. I'm going to try to run through this time. Actually, looks like I missed an item. I don't know how I missed that before. That's one thing I like about the Bloodhound thing is it's got, you know, such good reach on it. You won't miss a lot of those that I did right there. He fell off. And just so you know, like pretty much all the enemies in the game can fall off, even if they can fly. They don't really fly, they kind of hover. So, if you can ever get the opportunity to knock them off, it's always a good idea. Crystal darts. I talked about Cowboy a little bit. One other person I want to talk about is Fextra Life. I check out him too, his channel. He does a lot on builds, and he has some walkthrough things that are individual instead of like a whole series. But I wanted to bring this up in regard to mages. This is definitely a talisman I'd equip if you're a mage, and then the other one you can do whatever you want with. And then we'll get a third as soon as we finish this area, the ability to use one more slot. But with mages, because you're going to want to use a lot of your flasks for FP, if you use Blessed Dew, you know, while you're in between areas, if you're mindful, you can allow your FP to refill, or sorry, your HP to refill from the talisman. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna make that one. And then use all your flasks for your FP. So something to consider. I think their like little spear staff thing they use is pretty good. It's a good weapon that has an 8 bleed built in. Which when you're choosing a weapon, it's always a good thing to look at, because the weapons that have bleed built in, if you use different Ashes of War on them, they're going to retain the bleed. So then you kind of, you can get like bleed and cold, or bleed and magic, or whatever. So we went down this way last time. I don't know if I can make that. That's pretty far. Okay, I can kind of catty corner jump here. I don't think there's anything here, but is there something right there? No, I don't think so. Okay. The reason I jump attack, a lot of times is when these guys are alert to me and attacking me, you can kind of poise through their attack, where a lot of times your attack will get canceled, if I just run up and do a quick attack. But if you're doing a jump attack, there's not much they can cancel you out of it. So it's always like a decent strategy if you're worried about that. And that is pretty much it for the rooftops. Or maybe something I'm missing, but I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. We already went down there and got that. The only other area would be on top of this thing, but I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, it's just to help you get down. Okay. So we can warp back now to the debate parlor and we can head on to Renalla. It's not a difficult fight at all if you know what to do. It's really not that hard to figure out either, but you know, sometimes it can take you a run through to figure out like what the goal is with the boss or how to attack her. I don't know, can we use a shield with this? Now that we're I'd like to be able to parry. There we go. Alright, so again, like I told you before, we're gonna jump over. I'm gonna run over here too before the Virgin gets out here far enough. Oop, almost fell. So you're gonna run over here, jump up. As soon as you jump over, you'll see a ball spawn up there in that little hole over the door. Start coming down, so just jump back over. Should have jumped to that next one. That's where the item is. And it's nothing, you know, crazy. Just crystal darts. So if you don't want to risk it, you know, don't worry about it. See that item right there in the tip of my axe? I don't know how to get to that. I've tried to figure it out, but I may try to figure that out in between this video and next. I don't know if it's something you access like from outside the academy. There's a few like places on the side that kind of come up a little bit. I don't know that they go that high. So the door doesn't open. This one takes you to Mariel, if you remember. I think it was like around episode 10 somewhere. I showed you the church with the turtle guy with the Pope hat. So this will take you there if you want to go there. If you haven't been or had trouble finding it, that's how I found them. We just went there early. So right here is going to be a knight. That's going to be, you know, a challenge for us, but shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to try to parry him. He's like our twin with what he's wearing. There we go. Oh, I'm trying to get that off. That wild strikes is just too much, man. You can't. You gotta try to parry it or get away and let me tire out. All right, so we just got his shield, which goes with the armor set we're wearing. You can see it looks really cool with it. It does require 15 int though, so I don't know that we're gonna make that investment. And then we're gonna open this shortcut here, so that if we die in the boss fight, we don't have to go past the ball and all that again. There's a few other little guys. Coming for you. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just gonna run down here and open this door. You can open the door before the Carrion Knight we just fought too. Mongram or whatever his name is. If you think there's like a chance he might die, it might be a good idea to do that first, because otherwise you'll have to get past the ball and all that again to get back to him. It's food for thought. And then we're going to take this elevator up to Miss Renalla. She'll become our friend after the fight, if we win, I guess, or friendly enough that she'll kind of become a, you know, like a merchant, or I guess just an NPC that we'll interact with, not a merchant, but she'll be who we come to for respecing our character if we ever want to, which there's an item, Celestial Dew, which we've got, not Celestial Dew, Larval Tier, I'm sorry. This one right here, we've got 2 of them. So right now we can respec twice, but we'll get a lot more of them as we go. This shield's really good against magic, but I don't know, since we don't meet the requirements, it may not. I haven't seen so far how that works. Like if you if you don't meet the requirements, like if it negates the negation, or what it does. But for the most part, against magic users, I don't really use a shield anyways. I'd rather throw this on and have negated magic damage. So just walk forward and cutscene will trigger. It's an exceedingly creepy one. There's like some weird looking girl hanging onto her foot. I'll go to that part. This creeped me out when I played the first time. I was like, what the hell? It's that face she makes. It's very weird. So, okay, see that one there? I gotta kill those. The ones with the yellow orb around their head. Every third one we kill is gonna... Basically, it's like a... they're channeling some type of protection around Renalla. You can see the big ball around her. So we can't do damage to her. And if we knock 3 of them out, it'll cancel it. And then she'll drop down for a second, and we can just kind of go in and wail on her. You actually, when I played through last time, I was able to kill her in like one go after once I exposed her. Like I got her in like one single attempt. Before it took me like 3, but there's the second one. Before you get the third, if you want to do any buffs or get ready, you may want to, because there's some places you can go hide. Watch out for chandeliers. She'll bring them down on you. Alright, they're on flame, grant me strength. And we're going to want to use this. And then I would save, there's a second phase. You may want to save your summon for that. Alright, so now she'll drop. Speed ready. Come on, faster, faster! Damn, we gotta do one more. I had a bleed build last time, or not. I keep saying like I had this build, that build. I've only played through twice, but I've reached respec, and the playthrough I'm doing right now, where I'm just a little ahead of this one, is what I'm referring to, and that one's a bleed build so far. Okay, there it is. Need to heal though, so let's pop this. Oh! Yeah, see, she'll actually do some damage. I know for the most part it's kind of easy to avoid, but... Anyways, I had a bleed build, and... Man, bleed is like really good as far as how fast you can strip down HP bars. Like, it just takes gigantic chunks off. And it kind of like... it feels like you're not doing any damage, and all of a sudden it'll rip off like half the health bar. So, okay. Now she's gonna drop. Should be able to get her with 1 or 2 quick hits. There we go. Now phase 2. We'll see her in all her glory. She'll bow up on us and talk about how she's queen of the night moon or whatever. She will summon in this fight repeatedly. The best advice I can give to you, also at the start, just run to your left or right. The best advice I can give to you is ignore her summons. They won't materialize for very long. They only last maybe like 20 seconds or something. The best you can do is just get in on her and start staggering her. She staggers very easily. See, here's her summon. It's a troll. So I'm just going to back off, dodge her magic, and then the troll will go away. It should be gone just about now. See, he's gone. And then she'll bring in a dragon. She's bringing the wolves first. Come on, come on. Get a hit. Just need one more hit. There we go. I was like, come on, Ingval, you're right there, bro. We didn't even buff our weapons. I forgot to do that. I'm just trying to think what else I needed to throw on. So we got Remembrance of the Full Moon Queen. Great Rune of the Unborn. Which Great Moon of the Unborn is the one that's going to allow us to rebirth. Something in the storyline about her rejecting her Great Rune or her daughter doing it, or I didn't really understand, but so we don't have to do a tower in this area like we did with Godric. Every other one of these main bosses has a tower that we're going to do, but not this one. So I haven't decided what I want to level up yet. I'm going to hold off.
Where did he flee, my sweetings?
Alright, so I'll just go over this real quick. Rebirth. You'll hit yes. You go in here and you're back to where you started the game at. For us, it's level 9. These were our stats where we started. 15 vigor, 14 strength, and so on. So you can allocate them however you want. If you want to throw them, you know, like go crazy and go like 60 vigor and then like 17 strength, you can do that. But, you know, I'd recommend you obviously don't go that crazy, but you can move these around however you feel. So if you've been, you know, weren't paying attention and you didn't find this video right away and you kind of threw your stats all over not knowing how it really mattered, and now you know your specific play style, and say you're like playing as a mage but you were throwing points in faith and arcane, you could go back and just kind of focus more, you know, on mind and int like you would for that type of build. You can do whatever you want. Just it makes it, you know, easier to makes the game so much easier if you just pay attention to how you're leveling and you know, just kind of follow like some of the advice from the community, because they won't steer you wrong as far as that goes. So in here too, if you want to change your appearance, you can do that. So you just go in here, you know, I could like load one of my other characters I did or whatever, and then you go down here, finish cosmetics, and it'll change you. And that's free. You can do it as much as you want. Of course, that was also in the roundtable hold, but I just wanted to cover that briefly. So, alright, it's only 24 minutes. Didn't expect to get done that fast. So we're pretty much done with the academy. We can go fight this dragon here. There's a few other things here. There's an Everjail we'll probably do there. We can do the rest of the belfries. And then here's another one of those towers where we can get a extra spell slot. So we will let's start down We'll start at the belfries and do those real quick. They're kind of their own thing, so. Alright. So I think we have all the keys now, too. I think in this build so far I did the one that goes underground. Let's see, this one's the Chapel of Anticipation, which I did do that one. I think we did do this one too, yeah. This one's the one with the Crucible Knight. Remember we parried him and beat him. It was like after I was working on my parries and came back and just dealt with him. I think we've got the other key. Yeah, okay. So now we can do this one. It takes us to Farum Azula, which is like towards the end of the game. You know, maybe in the last quarter of the game. It's a pretty wild looking area too. Wish we could get the items that are gonna be here later. Alright, let's see. I think I just dropped into that one, but I want to make sure there's nothing else here. There's a talisman here we'll pick up, but I think that's it. I just want to make sure. Kind of makes me feel woozy. Alright, so we'll head on. Just gonna keep dropping down. If you remember the first cave we did in the game, we fought what was called a beast man of Farum Azula, and that's these guys, and they're the kind of standard enemy of this area. May just want to range them from up here because they're going to be pretty tough, and you usually take a little bit of a good amount of damage by dropping down. So I need to level up one of these bows too, especially because we're playing as strength, and we're going to have some sort of ranged option. You see, it's doing like nothing. Oh lordy. So still got the rot. What's weird too, I've noticed, is I've had a lot of trouble inflicting rot. I don't know why. With these single shot bows and crossbows and such. I think this one fires a little faster. Do we have the requirements for it? Yes. Or no, let's look at the wrong one. We do? Oh, because we're... Okay. Because we got Godric's thing active. Okay. Alright. That guy's gonna throw shit at you, so just be careful. See, it's not proccing. I don't know why. If it's just hitting them too slow or what. It's not working. Oh well, we can drop down and try to fight them. This is probably not going to go well. I don't want to waste my rune arc. So you can wait for him to de-aggro. Or we can just really run past them and grab the talisman. The Kakiris may work too. I forgot I got those. Because those are strength scaling, so. The only problem is they're gonna move every time we hit them, so. Now you're probably thinking, just hop down there, pussy. But my thing is I don't want to lose all of our health from the drop, and then we could use some soft cotton. That might work. He like keeps ducking like right when I throw it. Alright, so if you want to do what I'm going to do, just throw on the cotton, and then you can drop down, and you shouldn't get injured. I was hoping he'd come back over, we could do a drop attack. Nope, we're going to miss. Okay. They're probably going to drop down here, I bet. There's the Pearl Drake. I couldn't remember which one it is, but the Pearl Drake actually like using quite a bit. Oh man, they do so much damage. Shit. I don't want to lose all these runes. I knew that was gonna happen. That's why you use your runes the second you get them. That's exactly why right there. Oh, goodness. So now we gotta go back. We gotta use another rune arc. See how the problems just compound when you don't do what you're supposed to? Alright. Which one was it? Was this one? So I think the Chapel of Anticipation one, I don't think I got the video on. I'll have to go back and check, but I think that was when I started recording and fell asleep. So I'm going to have to do a lot of editing for it, because I fell asleep a few times. I was too tired, and sometimes I just try to play through it, and it never works out, so. Alright, now, I'm going to throw on the twig. We got one. And I am gonna, let's see, how much time do we have? Alright. So I was getting a message that for whatever reason I was out of video like space. So I had to go take care of that. This actually does more damage to him than I expected. I hope this is one of the ones they buff. I really like using Black Flame. It's a little underpowered, but it's not horrible. If you really go with a faith build, it ends up being okay. But, you know, it should be really good. It's kind of like one of those staple spells for if you're doing you know, the Black Flame incantations. So it's kind of like Glintstone Pebble. Like, it'd be weird if that didn't do much damage at all. Even though I know it's like the most basic one, but this is one you're supposed to kind of like, I think anyways, usually it's usually going to be one that if you play as this type character you're going to use a lot. So I think they need to give it a little bit of a buff, even though it's still okay and I like using it. I like the effect it has. It sticks to the people that you hit with it, and then will continue burning them after. It's got like a lingering effect. It's just a little slow too. Good Lord, let me get up, man. Jeez. Man, that combo is like insane. You got super delayed swings. Go ahead and grab these. Fall. Yeah, fuck you. Alright, we're done there. Now you can see on the map like how far over here, right way in the middle of nowhere. Alright, let's see. We were here. I'm gonna go back and check and make sure that I got everything at Chapel of Anticipation first before we leave. I know there's a couple items. One's a summon, but you can't use it. It's like a key item. Stormhawk Dean, I think it's called, or something. Thought it'd be here. There it is. Storm Hawk King. Ashes of Hawk, which eats no summons. Okay, we got that from there. Damn, we got 14 Stone Sword keys. We've got a Death Root we need to go turn into. That was another thing that got buffed in the patch notes I saw, was the Beast incantations. So that should be fun. That was actually one of the things when I initially started planning on doing with this build was Strength and Beast. So I may continue with that actually. Throw a couple more in Faith. And throw another in Strength. Alright, so first thing you need to do when you come here, don't forget, it's run in here and talk to Inya or whatever her name is. She'll give you another slot for talismans, which is amazing. I love the talismans are always a fun part of the game, like the customizing and all that. So I always enjoy it. So you can throw whatever you want here. I'm probably going to throw the green turtle, and you know, this one may not be a bad idea. You see, since we're using Radagon's Scar Seal, it negates a lot of our defense stats. So like if I took it off, you can see they all go way up. They go up by like 8. So if you throw this on, it raises all of your status, or not status, but different types of damage, like the magic, fire, lightning, holy. It'll raise all those. It basically is all these in like one. So it boosts them all a little. So that's a good combo if you're wanting to use this. So I'll probably use that. Now all of our negation stats are in the 20s, which isn't horrible. But when we throw this on, they're going to go down. You can see 15, 20. But if, say, for instance, we took this off, you can see like they go down to 11, 15, 16. And then even more so if you threw this on, it would raise the physical ones. So it kind of makes up for almost most of what you lose by using this. And I'll go, probably in the next couple videos, I'll go get the upgraded version of this for you, and it's in Caelid. And it'll raise all your stats by 5 instead of by 3. I think it does increase the damage taken as well, so that's why I haven't got it yet, because it definitely, you know, has its price, but raising everything by 5 makes a huge difference. So I think we need to go see Rogier too.
Always good to know.
He's still here. Okay.
Greetings.
Do we have any upgrades here? No, not for those. Got one for Lutel, but I may not use him. I've used him a lot before. Probably gonna upgrade that dude still.
Well, I took it no matter lay out your own.
Alright, so we need one more 5 stone for that. We need 2 1s, which we can go buy. Still want to use this, but I don't know what the axe we got working so good. It seems kind of silly, but we could use one in each hand and just go nuts. Yes. guess let's so we'd have to get this one. Plus 15 is basically like plus 5. Yeah, I expected more scaling out of this. I guess I'd need to throw a little more in dex because this one's B scale. This one's C and D. To get it to like the same area. I don't know, I just kind of expected a little more out of it, to be honest. This would be fun to use too. I've never tried that. Oh, the bow. That's what I need to do. Although I think I know what I'm going to do for a bow. I haven't got to it yet. I'm probably going to wait and just save what I got. Because we're going to get... I'll take you to... Probably in the next video, we'll go grab a crossbow that does like 3-round bursts. Kind of like the one with the page I was telling you about. And it does amazing. Especially for inflicting rot, which is going to be the main reason we're going to buy it. We just needed 2, right? Oh, and I've got a bunch of runes I need to get rid of. That way we can maybe buy the rest of those rune arcs. But I think we're ready after Renalla. Usually I try to we'll go clear out what's left of Redmane. Take on the boss there. You get a really good strength weapon for that. And then we'll take on Radon after that. Which is like one of the big fights everyone's talking about. It wasn't impossibly hard, but they did nerf him a little bit. So, alright, so if you plan on playing as a sorcerer, I'd recommend getting this, even if you might at some point ever. And then I'd duplicate and get this too. They're both really good. This one's 70 requirement though, so you won't be able to use it for a little while, but man, it's good. If you're gonna play as a sorcerer, I'd recommend the way to go. Once we finish Ronnie's quest, you'll get the Moon Greatsword, and it's really good. Moonlight Greatsword. Sorry, it's early, and then this and this or this both boosts, full moon sorcery. So this will boost this, and yeah, it works all really well together. And the Moonlight Greatsword has a R2 attack that throws out like basically like trying to think how to describe it, like just like a glintstone sorcery, like cast, like a little wave that comes out, and it uses no FP, so you can just do it over and over. It's really good. And towards the end of the game, with all my talismans, when I was doing my magic playthrough earlier, the thing was doing like insane damage when I got to the end. It was, like I was hitting the those guys we just fought in From Missoula. I was one-shotting them with Moonlight Greatsword with the R2s, which are, throw out the little energy blade thing. It's a projectile, and I was able to one-shot them. So you use L2, the special, and it like raises the sword up, and it like charges it up, and then it'll stay charged for like 30 seconds or whatever. And while it's charged, you can just use R2 as much as you want and throw projectiles. They were doing like almost 2,000 damage a piece. It was just nutty, so good. Alright. I'm going to throw my next one in Faith too. Try to get that to 20. This is what I'm talking about. I hate the running back and forth.
Well, I took you no matter how you're on.
Not a big deal though. It's all good. Alright, so 5 more. 159 scaling. I'll upgrade it the rest of the way after this. Because I want to run on ahead over here. The next one, we still got a little more in Liurnia to take care of, so I guess I'll have to do that first, and then we'll come back over to Caelid. I just saw we had a death root we need to get rid of, so. Bestial Vitality is really good. Even if you're not concentrating on Faith, it may be one you want to, keep in your wheelhouse, kind of like I'm using Flame Grant Me Strength. So. Still don't have enough for the dragon ones. Gonna need a little in Arcane probably. Put that, and then where'd it go? There. And that. I guess that. I'd like to use the bubbles too, but 19 intelligence is just too much investment. This is a really good sorcery. I would highly recommend you use that. It's really all I need, but I'll throw heal on at the end. So always check these, make sure you got everything out. Alright, so that should do it for this one. Right here is the Radagon Sword Seal, the greater one, +5 one. And then we'll come down here to Redmane, knock it out. Then we can do Radon. But first, there's just a few more little ruins around here and stuff we're going to hit. And then we've got a whole another castle up here we need to do. And yes, still got a lot left. So we'll see if I have any. Oh, I've got a couple books to turn in, so we'll see what those are.
Greetings. Oh, what have we? Very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, what very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, what very well. Heresy, all thing.
Alright, so we got a couple extra ones. Remember, we got Comet inside the Academy, which is like the best of these. And these are all the in-betweens. This is the one you start with as a prisoner. It's really good. This one is pretty good as well. This is a must-have if you're going to play the sorcerer. It just will melt health bars. You can spam it. It just goes back and forth, 4 FP. It's really good. I can't remember if this is a good one or not. There's 2 bolt ones. One's actually pretty good, and the other one kind of sucks. This one's pretty good as well. Alright guys, so that will do it. I'm gonna work on my different incantations and figure out what I want in my rotation. And then I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.